Oh,
And
the insurance, that's what they would want.
That is
as
now
well.
when the municipality dances again now. I said,
They can't do nothing.
You didn't follow the process.
That's when they come and demolish in some places, and then it becomes
So there's a
sad.
lot of those videos where you see
Eish.
properties being demolished.
It's
and
because of the civil.
People are crying, why? It's like they don't have a house plan.
And then they get surprised, Tina, when we take time, like Sia was saying. Can't do, it's not because we want to, but we're following the processes.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of people get it wrong. As you say, like your Soweto, your Lenasias, your northern suburbs as well now. I will say this, even in your suburbs, people are doing shady work. They do not want to get engineers on board. They do not want to get the proper professionals.
No one knows an engineer's work. If I've seen it, a person, as long as I get the plan,
approved and
I'm
built.
done.
Yeah, story of my life.
Once again, Siyabonga and Makhamba from EN Property Development. So this is your property talk show where we talk anything but everything but property. As always, in Pete Usisi Pamwami, Usisi Mapeseka, and today we have our guest, Mr. Avery from Civils. Because we just want to understand as the community and the watchers and the public, what led you to be a civil engineer? I mean, you could have become a doctor, a policeman, a DJ, because in nowadays those are the careers that we normally do.
Yeah. All right. Hi everyone. Name's AV, but full name Agcobile Mswane. To go to your question, it was influenced by my grandfather, right? So we were having a talk. I think I was in grade 9, still deciding what subjects to take at school and all of that stuff. So back in grade 9, I used to watch your shows, your architectural shows, your civil shows, your anything to do with construction shows. I used to watch back in grade 9. So I had a chat with him. I'm like, I'm still not sure what I want to do, because I wanted to be a chef at one point, wanted to be a mechanic at one point, wanted to do different stuff. So he then said, like, look, 90% of the shows you're watching have something to do with construction, engineering. Why don't you look into that field? So I was like, okay, cool. Let me take those subjects that are going to lead me into that field, which is where I am right now. Yeah.
No, that is great, Xavier. Welcome. Yeah. So you said your full name. Is that Xhosa?
Yeah, it's a full Xhosa name, yes.
Is it?
From the Eastern Cape.
From
yes.
Eastern Cape.
Yes.
How Saza Savelelo today. No, but it's a good thing. It shows that actually people from Eastern Cape, Nkara, you guys are also more focused.
Yes.
Which is great. Yes. So like maybe tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up and what did you study? Like you just told us now, from grade 9. What was the journey from there on?
All right, so it's a bit of a long journey actually. So born in the Eastern Cape, grew up there for about 4 or 5 years. Then moved to my grandparents in Joburg till about grade 2. Then moved to KZN after that, where I finished all of my schooling up until matric in Port Shepstone. So I was in Port Shepstone High School. Then varsity times, I was at the Academy of Advanced Technology, where we studied engineering design and civil engineering. That was back in 2012.
Nice one.
Yeah, so it's a while back where I did that, yeah.
I know, that is great. So how was your varsity journey? Like, where is the varsity that you just mentioned?
It's still in Northcliff, yeah. It's still
in Joburg?
Yeah, it's in Joburg.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I studied that,
like Sia was saying, Ronari, Ratiche, that's obviously.
Those are stuff,
but it's interesting. So how did you end up here, like where you are now?
Well, I'm here now. So I got a phone call the one day. Or the specific...
No, like your journey from after graduating before you got here.
Cool. So studied, then did internship like everyone else. Then You know how 9 to 5 is and all of that stuff. So I worked for a couple of companies over the years, but I felt more comfortable being an independent company and everything, having to deal with people myself instead of like, you clock in
Yeah.
8 o'clock,
Basically
5 o'clock, you're
being your
going
own
home.
boss.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I don't want to be a part of that rat race. I just said, not let me rather do something by myself on my own terms. So if I sleep that day, I don't make money that day. So I have to keep
Yeah.
You have to
on
keep on
getting up and
working.
pushing
Yeah.
and yeah.
Now that is interesting. So tell
So
me,
yeah,
Ne, for somebody who's sitting at home
yeah,
wanting to become a civil engineer,
yeah.
what routes or how would you advise them what to
So
do?
so that starts off at school, right? So as I said, I was stuck in a position where in grade 9 I didn't know what to study,
Yeah.
and I
But
didn't know what.
sorry
Yeah.
to cut you, Av. I would say Soweto. Soweto, it looks like it doesn't have those opportunities as a
Yeah.
Boma, EGD.
Yeah, the schools.
Yeah, because I was doing it at school. Because now I'm also grade 9, I had to go on the engineering side. But when I'm like asking about Tobase Soweto specifically, no one knows nothing about EGD.
Yep.
And stuff like that.
It's
Yeah,
literally not on their subject
It's
line,
very rare.
curriculums. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it is very wrong because now umuntu uba introduce kuyona once they are in varsity. I mean, they teach you how to draw an egg in measurement. So now when you are in varsity, I feel good you have already missed out
on a
a
lot.
lot of
Yeah,
basic things.
yeah.
That's why mega few umuntu athi no engineering is just difficult because now yena sekayicala at a much more older age.
Yeah. So the thing with that is I've got a couple of friends actually from the South Coast where I grew up, where at their school they didn't have your engineering, your civil tech and all of those kind of subjects. They had every other subject in their curriculum and whatever. So I basically sort of like introduced them into the field of saying, look, there's engineering, there's architecture like this and like this. So when they got out of high school, some of them had to take like bridging courses to get into your construction, your engineering faculties and
To get to
everything.
understand the
Yeah.
basics
To
and
understand the
everything.
basics and to understand. But as you're saying that kids from your Soweto, your townships,
Townships,
yeah,
yeah.
they don't have that opportunity of
Why
having
though?
EGD.
Does anybody know gore why? Because I'm
That's,
also one of the people that studied in the township. Ke kgoletse
yeah,
ko Soweto.
yeah,
And yeah, like we only did accounting, business economics, history,
yeah.
physical science or whatever.
Yeah.
But the construction part of it, it was very rare or scarce. I don't know. Why? Do you
The
guys know?
Yeah, I actually it's a thing of I've got a friend as well now who's teaching EGD, and he
Okay.
told me that there are far and few between EGD teachers in the country. So the ones that are there get taken into your predominantly what do you call it, Model C schools and all of those kind of schools. They get taken there. Then kids in the township
Schools
don't
cannot afford
cannot
those
afford.
teachers.
They can
But
they can afford the teachers, but now it's for the kids to get
the equipment.
the equipment.
Oh, the
Now
Because I
comes the
know
equipment.
those big bags. That
Yeah.
equipment.
So
used
is
to-
it the affordability part of it? So
Yeah.
we grew up in disadvantaged backgrounds and all of that.
yes.
But
Okay.
same as bond,
In
they
property.
in property in the location they are building us houses that we don't want. That's one.
Yes.
Affordability also though, I think.
Why are the township being sized or because now have they given that opportunity to the kids? I mean, Mina, where I'm coming from, it's not a very good background. I also grew up most of my schooling days. It was actually in Chaswet, in Welbedash. I'll say it was next to Mlaz, one of the most crimeless rated place in KZN, not a very good background. But the parents had to make a plan. If I needed the campus, they had to make a plan.
Yeah.
So I feel ukuthi bayabancisha as such, but if they can give those kids a chance to get to understand, I mean, we all cannot be accountants, we all cannot be doctors, but we need to be engineers, town planners,
exactly. Those are very rare.
architectures, you see.
So do you think Uguti maybe we need to start projects that could help abantu basekas, like you guys are saying, it's affordability.
Yes.
So obviously people cannot afford. There's still people that still cannot afford. I mean, some are earning the 350. Maybe it's about time we speak or we collaborate with government to they can do these subjects. Maybe like at the weekend,
and
maybe
do
get
teaching for them.
for those that wants to go that route.
Yeah.
The civil engineering, architectural.
And to start at an early age.
At an early age, even on a weekend.
Because most people that basically go and study architecture, go and study or civil engineering, most fail and drop out just based on drawings. They've got the maths part on point, they've got everything else on point, but the drawings,
measurements,
everything, they can't comprehend what a shape is. They didn't have that basic understanding of how to use your rulers, how to do this, how to do that. And especially these days, since we're using like your CAD software, right? Drawing boards and stuff aren't really used as much anymore, but some of the old architects, they prefer to still use a drawing board and get someone else just to do it on your
is it because of technology, AI?
Technology has skyrocketed,
and that time we still don't know the basics, start using the old stuff.
So that's why the schools first introduce you to your drawing boards, right?
To get to know the sizes, how
to
we
measure.
Still have a long way to get.
Because this issue, it's difficult because when you get there at grade 10, they teach you how to draw circles or like the egg shapes. And that has been done by calculations and compass. However, when you round must have a lot of engineering on it. So if you miss those parts, it's like a kid. Uthi yena akazuya a crash grade R, grade 1, grade 3, and then I would at grade 5.
Not having the foundation and stuff. I think this is also an opportunity for us as a youth, especially you, AV, because it's your field, to come up with these, projects and stuff where, I mean, we all meet Kadi weekends instead of going to do other things that are not going to be meaningful at the later stage.
Rather just do
that. We come together and you teach our kids those things. You know what? This can actually make you become a bigger person one day, especially in property, because in property, that's where the real thing is. Everybody needs shelter.
Look at, so Indian communities and Jews, they make sure their children gets familiar on business and engineering and architecture. Look at the same generation of kids that were born in Lanesia and Soweto.
Two different things.
Those that were born in Soweto have moved out in Soweto because Soweto is slowly developing. But those were born in Lanesia, they became engineers and architecture, and now they are redesigning their community. They are changing it. But Tina, we need to go out and look for jobs because now we do not know the meaning of development. Same as people always ask us, why are you guys not building? So you cannot just build.
It's a process.
Yes, you do own the land, you do have money to build. You cannot just build. Like now, roughly, like here, before we build, and AMA rights, your rezoning has to be done, has to be on point. And then once that is done, an architecture must do you a house plan. And then once you've done the house plan, you must get an engineer, which is now, it's AV must come on board now, design you the foundation. as much as the house is drawn, but there's a foundation that needs to be designed. And also, before AV can design, he needs to get a geotech report to know what type of a soil is here, and then as well as what is the suitable foundation that needs to be done. Once you are done with that, you need to go to the NHRBC.
Yeah. But AV, on your case, like how difficult or how easy it was to be in that industry? Because I'm sure even with your industry, it's not akuqalanga like thina abantu abamnyama. So how was it for you, and how did you achieve your goals?
So luckily for me, the school I went to, right? So get educated, do whatever. It's a private institution.
Yeah,
right? So
you can hear.
So for us was the thing you study. Then afterwards, they do the job hunting for you, right?
Nice.
So that
Where
connections.
is that? Can you please give us a plug? Because I mean,
it's in Northcliffe. It's Academy of Advanced Technology.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Mabapale Pants, Northcliffe, make sure.
It's in Northcliffe, yeah.
But you're also selling them. So I think it's about time you go to them and they sponsor you, give you money, honestly, and resources.
Yeah, because if we can do our Saturday classes,
it would be nice.
Just to introduce the engineering field.
To kids, yeah.
So me, I think I was lucky because of the environment. I mean, my father has been into construction as a builder for quite the longest years. They build about Moses Mabeda, a lot of buildings that are currently in Durban. But he was working as a builder, not as the owner of the construction company. And from grade 5, I was going at work
to site,
over everything to site. But I wanted to understand, why can't we be those people who are planning? Because we are doing all the work down here, but they just come with a plan. Prince follow 1, 2, and 3, and 3, and 4, and 5.
But how was it for you then?
That's it. Yeah, as I was saying is, so then the school introduced us to these companies, these big engineering companies, and so just started working.
Nice.
Then from company to company, I'd lost a month at a company because I had a different vision for myself. I will not be told by a manager to do this and come in at this time and this time and this time. And I basically picked up on mistakes that they had. Then they would take the credit for it.
Yeah, sure.
Basically,
I can imagine,
they take credit for it.
You did all the work and then
so,
like the please call me guy.
Yes, same thing like that. Card. Yeah, so another mistake was when they'd leave the invoices on the table. Then
and the one would
I'd see him like, hey,
and you're only getting paid 10%,
not even 10%,
not even 10% of that. Yeah.
Oh shit!
You'd actually be shocked, because I've designed for a whole extension. Basically, there was like 1,000 and something houses. Designing the roads, designing the sewers for that. Then. When your salary comes in, you're like, it's not making sense to me right now, this thing, So then I got into that thing. I took a year off work. Then I was like, I just sat down with myself. It's like, I need to do my own thing because I cannot be told what to do by someone else. I genuinely can't. So, it's been a good journey, ups and downs, so you can't make everyone happy as well at the end of the day, right? You'll have a couple of arguments with a few people, but as long as there's more happy people, then you're angry, then you're doing something good,
No, that is good. So what do you do exactly, like as a civil engineer?
As a civil engineer, you design your roads, you design your civil works, then there's the structural aspect of it with the foundations, the roof, if it's a double story, designing those kind of structures with the double stories and stuff like that, So
interesting,
So our architects come give us plans. We have to do the structural, we have to do the bones of the building. It might look nice, but it needs to be structurally sound as well.
And this is after the approval of the plans from the municipalities. So you can't just take any plans that is not approved by the municipality.
Plans,
it's going to take you back.
Yes. So that's where a lot of people get it wrong. As you say, like your Soweto, your Lenasias, your northern suburbs as well now. I will say this now, even in your suburbs, people are doing shady work. They do not want to get engineers on board. They do not want to get the proper professionals.
No one
basically.
knows an engineer's work. If I've seen it, no, like a person, as long as I get the plan
approved and
I'm
they build.
done.
Yeah, story of my life is.
But when working with banks, especially like us, we need to follow that process. Unfortunately, we cannot skip the civil engineering part.
Not really, unfortunately. It's fortunately that they push you towards our direction to make sure that everything is sound. Because the other day I was doing a couple of inspections, right? Because the lady had called in and said, "Yo, for a fireplace, right? So fireplace seems simple." Bricks up, do whatever. Fireplace fell because the guys didn't do things the proper way, how they were supposed to be done, right? Staircase as well, for example. Some people don't know that you can't just build a staircase that goes straight up. It has to have a landing. That landing creates the balance for the staircase.
Imagine.
Right. So people just build 17 treads going up. After a few, so a staircase is like this, right? If you build it straight up without any balance, you're walking on it, then after some time it's going to do this, it's going to start bowing and it's going to crack in the middle because it doesn't have support. A lot of people don't know that. They're like, I'm just building a staircase, it has to go up.
Sure.
Structural steel that has to go into it, and there's a lot of stuff.
I'm just worried or thinking now that you're mentioning it. Like like we're saying, there's a lot of backyard rooms or something like that. I don't think most of them have followed all these plans or all these things that we are talking about. That's worrying, eh?
We get called in every other day as well, where people now want to sell their properties.
And the bank doesn't recognize it.
Yeah, they don't recognize it. Like, all right, you don't have a house plan. You've got a house plan, but where's the engineer's design for the foundation? Where's a certificate for the foundation? Or it's a double story. Do you have a certificate for your slab? Do you have a certificate for your staircase? Do you have a certificate for your roof? Do you have glazing certificate? Do you have this? Do you have that?
They just too quick to build.
No. So now it kind of becomes shady where you get called in to a complete structure and the owner doesn't have maybe photos of what the foundation, what the slab looked like before they cast the concrete. So now they say, all right, I want a certificate.
There was no lab test done.
Nothing was done. Nothing was done. Yeah. So a lot of people are sitting with that problem right now where they don't have any certification for their properties, but they want to now sell the properties, or they want to insure their properties, but they don't have those certificates.
Oh, yeah, the insurance, that's what they would want.
That is now when the municipality dances now. I said,
they can't do nothing.
You didn't follow the process.
That's when they come and demolish in some places, and then it becomes
so sad. There's a lot of those videos where you see properties being demolished.
It's because of the civil.
People are crying, why? It's like they don't have a house plan.
And then they get surprised, Tina, when we take time, like Sia was saying. It's not because we want to, but we're following the processes. And these processes are going to help us at the later stage. Like these properties now, they need to be insured. We've got all the certificates in place. And
all of that
all
in
sorted.
Place,
No.
So it's easier to have those things, and maybe have taken longer period to get those things, right?
I love
than
that.
to not have those things and be stuck.
Exactly.
Permanently stuck, So
it's better to be late than never. Because when you don't have that, then they come and demolish, and then we start crying. Really, government does not care.
But you haven't done the proper things. It's like when you buy a property, you need lawyers to be involved. It's not like just handshake with someone like, let me pay you this money. Let me pay you this money for this land. This land might belong to government. This land might belong to, you don't know, it's got an owner, but the owner, you're not dealing with the owner, you're just buying the property. You see stuff like that. So that's where a lot of people go wrong. They're like, all right, this is cheap. Let me do it before it vanishes.
Cheap is expensive.
Cheap is very expensive.
So with regards to your department, Avine, so obviously you do want also all those things, Luena, before you could start your work, because then obviously you would have wasted your time basically you can't start your civil engineering work without getting all these
the approved stuff
architectural
and
approvals and things like that.
Yes.
Okay, no, that is interesting.
Yeah.
How many years experience in your industry?
I was calculating about 10 now.
10.
Yeah.
Wow.
10 years, yeah.
That is interesting. So maybe what were your exciting projects before we invited you to Ekasi?
As I was saying, that township that I developed,
Yes.
that was one of the most exciting.
Township, gas.
You said how many units?
It was about 1,000 and something.
1,000.
So the company I used to work for, right? They had government tenders, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's where we're going also.
Yeah.
Shout out to us.
So, yes. So you'd build your RDPs, right? Then the RDPs, obviously, they need your services as well. They need your roads as well.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that should have been...
Do RDPs follow the processes?
100%.
Even the NHRPC?
No, it's
everything.
And the civil.
If it's a house, if it's a structure...
So they don't...
Yeah, no shortcuts taken, nothing. I will tell you right now, there's an RDP that's got stronger foundations in a double story right now.
So do they also get objections?
Yeah.
That's why some they take them at 20 years. I guess there's people that are complaining out there.
Those 20 years is like your contractors running away with
money
and stuff like that. Then people are blaming government for that. They're like, government's not doing anything, but government gave out that tender to someone. And that someone maybe has taken that money, then buying their best friend's cars.
And this was after the approvals and everything in place.
Sometimes there's no approvals at all. You know, they're just like, let's do this. They've got the designs and whatever. Because there's a contract for your design work to get these things approved.
Of course.
Contract for the civils and whatever. All the drawings and designs get done. Now it's the implementation of everything where a lot of people aren't, what do you call this? They're not doing what they're supposed to do with the monies that were given. Yeah. So it then comes into place where proper budgeting and everything, that's where everything else comes into play. Because for a project, you need an architect, you need your engineers, you need your geotechs, you need quantity surveyors. You need your quantity surveyors to give you your bill of quantities to make sure it's like, all right, cool. I'll need 10,000 bricks. Is it in the budget? Yes or no? Cool. Stuff like that. And a lot of people are skipping those steps. Then things just end up becoming expensive and you don't know how they got that expensive.
Would you say in your 10 years experience, you still need to learn from companies like, I don't know, the one that we're currently collaborating with? Yes. Because obviously they've been in the industry for years. They are a big company in Cape Town. I think Lirona, it's one of the things that made us to be confident in what we're doing. Because like, when we mentioned that we work with that company, everyone's like, you guys know what you're doing. So like, I just want to know in your journey, do you feel like you're also still learning, or you feel like you're more confident you can do anything at
from year 1 till year 10, like where I am right now? I've gone back and seen the drawings that I've done previously to the ones that I've got now. And there are many areas that I've picked up on, which means I am learning and I'm still learning and I'm still going to learn, you know. That's great. With the big companies like the ones that are currently here, you do learn from them. You know, you need people to approach you and say, look, I didn't like this. Then you yourself can be like, all right, where can I improve on this? Where can I improve on that? Because at the end of the day, no one's perfect.
No, but shout out to you. Hey? I must say to you, Jorge, thank you so much, because I think when you got introduced to our developments, especially the one in Robinpark, there was obviously a lot of errors, some mistakes, a lot of them, which I think on our previous episode with DJ Spoo, he did mention, Jorge, it's a learning journey. And one thing about us, when we learn, we overcome and we succeed. So I must commend you on that, Jorge. You did really help us a lot. And thank you for that. And well done on that, because we're still going to go far. So for someone who's sitting at home, maybe who wants to study civil engineer, what would you say for them before we go?
You need to have a passion for it. because you need to have a passion for numbers. You need to have a patience, basically, as well, because you can sit with a problem for a few days that you cannot solve. How am I going to support this slab? How am I going to support this foundation? Like on the Robinpark site, there's dolomite, right? So you can't just
to think. Because I always tell people, as we are putting pipes, they didn't just put pipes. You had to think, the types of the material because
that needs to be used.
Yes.
The quality.
So then it comes down, like it's like with a builder, is you ask me about experience. So a builder builds 4 or 5 houses, same type of house. They decide, you know what, I can have my own company. I will have my own company. He buys a bakkie, puts a wheelbarrow in the back of his bakkie. I'm a contractor. He knows how to build a single story. You give him a double story, he gets stuck.
My God.
Because he doesn't have enough experience to now build 2 floors, right? They used to walls, roof, that's it. Then it comes down to like, okay, what do I need to do? I don't know that I need to call an engineer for a slab. I don't know that I need different foundations for a double story than a single story, you know? So that's where a lot of things are going wrong. Why you see houses cracking, why houses are falling, because I blame the builders, actually. I also blame the owners for their negligence of not doing your homework.
I think it's the area. You know, like in the rural areas, there's no rezoning processes.
Nothing. They just build and do what they need to do.
I can only 50,000. 2 room. For me, that's fine. It's shelter. But when you come to the townships, that's where the real job is.
Right,
so you would say a builder from that side coming this side, they'll face problems.
He might be good at building, but understanding of the building, right? Because I meet builders every other day. I also say to them, all right, cool, use this process better than this process that you're doing. So then they also end up learning. Oh, I get to site, I'm like, why did you do it like this? Then he explains to me. He's like, I wanted to be an engineer back in the day, but I didn't have the money to study. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have anything. So I learned from him. As well. I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is something I can implement in my line of work as well. So then it's like, I learn from them, they learn from me. Happy marriage after
thank you, Mr. AV.
All right.
From Civils. Do you want to maybe share your contacts? How does people get in touch with you if they need your services? Because I'm tired of hearing people saying, I've built 50 rooms, but the municipality is only recognizing that RDP house. I recognize anything else. And now you want to sell that house, the bank, it's no, this is 150,000. You've already spent 2 million. So how do people get in touch with you?
All right. So cell phone number is 061 0088 649. Cell phone number. Then my WhatsApp number is 073 106 5208. Or you can send me an email on mmconceptdevelopment@gmail.com. Yeah. So
website?
Stuff's not, no.
Social
As I was
media?
saying, I don't like being in front, like even being in the spotlight right now.
You just want to design.
I just want to do
solve this sewer pipe, this what. Thank you, Mr. AV.
Thank you.
Make sure you subscribe at Ekasi Property Talk Show, brought to you by Ekasi Noble Properties. Remember I told you we are talking property, developments, land, that is our language. So Mr. AV, thank you for your time.
Thank you
for having me, guys.